How did we meet each other? Action. I would say somewhere December 2017. I was in Mexico doing my social service. What brought you to Guadalajara?
2007.
Yeah,
Because
not
of
17,
the-
2007.
I was in that time doing dog grooming and preparing dogs for dog competitions.
And then in Guadalajara we both got involved with the circus world of Fuku di Strada, and especially Ensalada, who was just, or actually like, I think it was the time in Guadalajara where a lot of artistic groups came together in the vision of Cabaret Capriccio, and in El Bolco was then our first encounter, Ensalada as the moderator, conferencier, and I was just impressed by this one. I was just getting to know my clown, because for me it was, circus was still more juggling tricks and also doing shows, but for me it was like my connection to my clown was not yet so strong. And on this evening, seeing all the different acts, the characters, and then also hearing in my still like Spanish involving, there's going to be a clown workshop next week, and was like, I want to be there. And I also remember that we did this exercise. You had a balloon, and somewhere like this was the whole show. You have a balloon, and you have to do something with it. And Ensalada was acting as a kind of director. So he was telling you what are you doing with this one, and it helped me a lot to kind of, from this kind of pressure moment. Okay, so I felt under pressure to letting go, and just going into the improvisation.
With the jumping around on the stage with Ensalada, the balloon and the
Focus.
focus, changing the focus in some moment, and the dynamic of the timing of the
I think one was also like passing the focus to the other and transforming it. I feel from there my clownistic experience was then the Christmas travels, being in Mexico City and clowning around with Lucas a lot with the feather duster, just playing with people. It was like, I didn't have any juggling skills yet, like basic juggling. We had a clown theater piece, but it was way more just playing with the people and looking at the reactions. And this one led down to Cancun, Playa del Carmen. So this was my like Christmas juggling experience, where I also got my first contact at this time. And from there on we saw each other a few times, but not like so intense anymore, right? There was some convivios de malabares in some of the parks. other spots do you remember from the time in Mexico?
Like a weekend in the house of Manica, Fernando Manica in Chapala. That it was like a kind of weekend with all the guys from the Cabaret Capricho, with the Foco di Strada, with
Dancer,
Memo, Juan, yeah.
yeah.
And then there we were for a weekend doing workshops of the dancing, and then doing some kind of also little open stages in the night there at the home, and playing with fire, and everyone was trying and showing things. And this one was really important for me because it was where I learned to make passing with juggling rings with you. To teach me the timing of, okay, 1, 2, pass, 1, 2, pass. And there it was the moment where I start to get more involved in the juggling, because in the beginning it was just learning the super good energy to play with this kind of stuff, and then so then that was also another really nice moment there. And the Tianguis Cultural, also that was other place on Saturday mornings in Guadalajara. The place where also the guys were coming to juggle there, or the Parque de las Estrellas, that it was the other place where Foco di Strada was meeting every evening and using it because in former times it was not like a space to go to train properly, it was just like in the park there.
Started, I think from 2007 on, our kind of final connection was at the Lago de Chapala, and from there on I think like almost 3 years passed where our universe were just like interconnected but not physically. And then when I was in India, a message from you arrived, and then I read this mail from Ernesto. Hey, I'm in Germany at the moment, and I was at this time in India, feeling kind of alright, just getting to know more and like a bit of Bollywood. But it was really like Ernesto was for me also like one of the, so like we did not have so much time together, one of the most inspiring persons in Mexico, and so like him coming to Germany was great to connect with this spirit that I got to know in Mexico again. What are we actually doing? What are we doing on stage? I feel it's always surprising for me. Playing with Ernesto is one of the most challenging things in a certain way, because expect the unexpected is how I can kind of relate to it, and sometimes really it's just like what's happening now, but I feel the same sensation is something that we can transmit to the audience, that it's very surprising. Sometimes as it's very improvised, it takes a moment until we found the connection to the audience, but also towards each other. But I feel that's somehow the strength, because I feel there are so many technically perfect numbers out there, but our speciality is more celebrating the magic of the moment of creation. And normally people expect, as we were like acting kind of crazy, that they said they are on drugs, they are like on LSD, and also like me at this time wearing a lot of colorful things was like a psychedelic juggling experience. So we don't actually use drugs. It's kind of like us juggling, playing together is the essence of playfulness.
It's like a open dimension where we arrive and we have a little idea of what will happen, like okay, that's are the elements. It's like a live cooking session, like you arrive and you have set the table with the ingredients that you have, and then from there we start to bring together the elements, because very often I think it happens that we make a little program before, like a plan. Okay, we will use this for this and this from this A to B to C, and after at the end most of the time happens totally other thing, because we are seduced by things and accidents that happen on the moment, and this it's just opening doors to go with new ideas that are growing there.
Yeah.
And then it's a really beautiful thing to play with you, because sometimes mixing the ideas, and sometimes you have a kind of idea, and because normally we don't speak also on the stage, it's just like by gests and these things, so you have to interpret what is saying, and maybe a lot of times I think happen really beautiful things, because someone was pretending to do some action and proposing something, and the other in there interpreted it in another way, and this brings it to another thing, and then you okay, cool, this is also a nice idea, and then we just go.
I feel right now we've done some 50 shows together, probably more, like 50 shows, like on kind of like set stages. And what I really hope for, probably 2019, to get more playtime together, more practice time together, and just go together to the next level musically, and then play more, and because it's just for me, I just feel on the one hand so much reconnection to my clown, which also changed a lot, and this is kind of my someone like not original but a very innocent form of my clown that I can experience together with you in this playful flow. What are your visions for the future? Hasta la locura.
Siempre.
Hasta la locura. Siempre. Hasta la locura. Sin documentos.